Hello everyone, this is Eva and you're watching Israeli startup channel ISUP. So today we're in StartupGrind. So we're with Shahar, who's the CEO and founder of StartupGrind, and Gazit and Opher. It's an honor to be here. So could you please introduce yourselves?
My name is Shahar, Matorin. I'm from Tel Aviv, and I'm the chapter director of StartupGrind community in Israel.
I am Gazit Ovadia. I am also from Tel Aviv, and I'm volunteering for StartupGrind doing business development.
My name is Opher Brayer, and I'm the business networking officer for StartupGrind Israel.
So you're basically taking part in networking.
Yes.
Okay. So it's so interesting. Like StartupGrind, they have so great value to cooperate and to make something happen in global scale. So could you please explain us more about StartupGrind?
Yes, StartupGrind began as a small community, and when they start to share these values, and other cities want to start the local community inside their cities, so they decide to build this community as a global community and to share the values and to take it globally. So after one and a half year, we are now 50 cities and more than 40,000 entrepreneurs inside this community. And in each city we have a different chapter director, and we share our knowledge and our community's events knowledge with other 50 other directors. And one in a year we have an annual event in the Silicon Valley, in the StartupGrind headquarters. And this year it will be in February, in the first annual event. Also Israel will be there. So we just begin in our road, and I think the next annual event will be with the Tel Aviv flag, with Israel flag.
Can you explain us more about what will happen inside the...
Yes, the main values of this community is to build a friendship and not just a contact list, and to think about the other before you think about yourself. And I think first you need to come and to give before you take. And when you think about those values, you can share knowledge, you can meet great people, and you can meet a good friends and not just a contact list. So we want to build a good quality of entrepreneurs beside with service provider, good service provider that want to give something to the community, and also with the great investors that want to share this knowledge and also to invest in the early stage entrepreneurs.
So what can we really do inside the StartupGrind?
Well, first of all, give. Like Shahar said, we're aiming to build a community that wants to help each other, and by doing that, we know. I mean, for example, if you're a guest and you come, you said that you're going to come to the event. You kind of know a little bit about you. Shahar had published, some forms to fill out, and we can maybe help you meet the right potential people that you would like to meet. If you have a startup and you would like to meet some investors that are aiming for the same thing, that you want. And moreover, since this is a global organization, we can help you find the right partners abroad. Meaning, we have like 60 cities right now?
Right.
All over the globe. So it makes the world actually smaller. We can bridge to other partners that seek for the same thing and have the same values to give and help.
So can you provide us one great example how we can really cooperate in global scale?
Yes, for sure. Just just for example, for someone who starts speaking about his new startup, and the guest was a good speaker, and they meet him after the interview, and they decide to invest in his startup, and now they share this story, and we can invest in this startup because we already have a local leader. We also have a good sample when in London community they start to use an analytics tool for StartupGrind community, the local community. They want to ask the local community lots of questions, and this tool will bring the statistics, what the community want, what the community think to do in the next step, and they share this tool with all other directors. So now we will start using it. So I think it's go very fast, and you can share this with 60 directors, and they share it with their local community, and it's something like 40,000 people. So it's great. It's great things to share like that.
Wow, 40,000 people. It's a huge cooperation between them. So how does it really work in terms of maybe networking and everything?
Can I tell you something before for a second?
Of course.
StartupGrind was invented in the Silicon Valley, I think, isn't it?
Yeah.
But you see, networking is a tool that Jewish people have used for more than 1,000 years in the synagogue. People, they put the kippah on their head, they go to the synagogue, they pray, and then they close deals. They find the right experts, they find people. We, as the Jewish nation, we've been networkers since we were born. So now, we talk about business development, basically. It's all about business development. But business development cannot be done without friendship development. Why? Because we need trust. You can sign any agreement, but if you don't trust the person, the agreement will not help you much, unless you want to go to the court, to court and try to fix the problem. But you see, Israel has a lot of experts in technology, in business development, in networking, in ideation. Israelis are excellent in creating a lot of ideas. The level of creativity of Israelis is very high. And everyone here has a lot of ideas of what to do. Okay? So now, if you take an idea and you connect it to the people who are better than you in that field, and this is the idea, how you can find somebody who is better than you. Because if you want to be successful, you should have somebody better than you to do that. Okay? So now, imagine that we have a group of people here in Israel, and one guy has an idea, but he doesn't know any technologist. But his friends know people from 8200, this amazing Israeli unit, our army unit. I can find you that person. And that person can find someone who's great in marketing. And the other one can find a great person who is in business development. And another one who is in sales. So now, in this close environment, immediately, within days, you can find the right people, connect them, okay? And build a company very fast. Also to connect to investors. But now it has changed a little bit because it was taken from us. StartupGrind, okay, created a world-class environment for the best people in the world to connect. It means that I don't have to find somebody in my neighborhood to connect to. If I want an investor from Russia, I can get to one easily. Now, if you're an Israeli, you don't know any investors in Russia, but you have the best friends ever in Russia now that can help you to find the right investor. You can have the best business developer from New York. You can have the best technologist from Ukraine. You can have the best ever. So, in order for startups to succeed, it's only the team of managers that will make the startup to succeed. There's only one way. If you have the right mix of people, you will succeed. If you have the wrong mix of people, it doesn't matter what kind of technology you have. It doesn't matter. So finding the right mix of people is much better when you have a big list from experts worldwide instead of your local environment.
Right.
Because if you go in your own city and you find, oh, I know somebody who's doing some marketing, but he's not world class. I need somebody from Silicon Valley who has done it like 10 times already. How can I find this guy? I mean, you can search on the internet, but you don't know what you're going to find. But now, Shahar knows this guy from the Ukraine, and Shahar knows him personally, and he can tell you, Opher is the best in this field. I would love to trust him more than I can trust anything that you're going to write on LinkedIn, or anything you're going to write on Facebook, or any blog that you're going to create, because I know that Shahar knows you, and I trust Shahar. So this is basically the idea. A trusted environment of people who are better than you. Because if you have an idea, the only way to succeed is to have people better than you. If you are a technologist, you must have somebody who is better than you in marketing. Okay?
Yes.
Or better than. Okay? So this is our responsibility. As Israel has a lot to share. Me personally, I developed science. It's a whole science of networking. It's written down, by the way, in 400 pages. It's a science of how you connect to the right people in the right places in the world as fast as you can in order to develop a new business faster.
Mm-hmm.
So what I want to bring to StartupGrind Israel, it's not only for Israel, I want to bring to StartupGrind totally, like in the whole world, is to raise the level. So StartupGrind will become to be the world-class network of business developers in the field of technology or any kind of other startup.
Wow, that's a great story. Wow. So I want to ask you, what is your each one of you motivation? Why did you choose to be inside the StartupGrind? In case of you, why did you choose to be the chapter director?
I have my own company called Integrate, and this is what we done here in Israel for the local entrepreneurs. So for me, it's like a dream come true when I can work with a global community and to share our knowledge and values with other people around the world. I think it's the same job. It's not a new one for me, and I can share my knowledge, and also I can help startups in Israel to go outside in the first stage. And it's much more easy now, and to share this with other directors, I think it's a great opportunity for me, for myself. And now we're just in the beginning, so I will tell you a year after.
Great. I'll look forward to that. And Gazit?
Well, I have my own group as well, called Tel Aviv Silicon Valley. I actually returned not so long ago from Silicon Valley after spending a long period over there. And I felt that there was something different about the atmosphere over there that I wanted to contribute to make a change a little bit here with the kind of startups that are growing from Israel, with a difference in the priorities, I would say, to help other startups when helping your own as well. And I felt that, first of all, it's a small country, so there's so many groups here, and I think that StartupGrind, TLV, and my group has lots of joint or kind of overlapping goals. And I wanted to work in a strong team, and I liked the team, so yeah. So this is why I'm here.
Great.
Well, because I love him very much, and he promised me good food that his wife makes. So that's the first reason, because I love him. I fell in love with her when I first saw her, so now I have two reasons to come over. And behind that, I have an agenda in my own life, and I travel around the world, and I talk about my agenda. My agenda has two elements: to have a strong economy around the world,